Hi everyone, so today I wanted to film a little holiday makeup glam look for you guys. I recently went to Sephora and I picked up some new products, so I'm going to go ahead and try those out for you guys today and let you know what I think of them. I also have a few products that came out earlier in the year that I haven't tried yet, so I can't wait to dive into those. So let's get started. So for the first thing, for primer, I'm going to go ahead and use the Huda Beauty Hydrating Jelly Primer. I've heard a lot of good things about this primer. I have dry skin, so hopefully this will combat with the foundation I'm going to use. It doesn't really have a smell to it, but it feels nice. It feels really nice, actually. Okay, now for foundation, I'm going to try out the new Huda Beauty Faux Filter Stick Foundation. I have shade Vanilla and I have her liquid foundation. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I hear that this one is a little less coverage. So I think the other one was just a little too full coverage for me, a little cakey looking almost, and it had a really strong scent. This doesn't have a scent, which is good. I don't mind having a scent, but her liquid foundation is a little too much for me. So this is very creamy so far. The brush that I'm going to use for this is the Hourglass foundation brush. I highly recommend, if you're looking for a good foundation brush, to pick this up. It is a little bit pricey, but you won't have any streaks when you blend out your makeup. It just blends so flawlessly. Sometimes I use this to blend out my concealer as well. So this is probably my go-to foundation brush. Okay, so this is a medium coverage foundation. It's blending out very smooth. It's not looking dry, so definitely pairing that with the primer is looking good. Yes, not too bad. It might be a little bit too light for my skin tone, but that's okay because we can always bronze up our face. I think if you're looking for a good go-to lighter foundation, this is probably going to be pretty good for you because it's quick and easy. If you have a brush, you can just quickly blend this in, and it looks very skin-like. It looks nice. It doesn't really look like I have any foundation on at all. I'm gonna go in with the KKW Beauty concealer. I have shade number 4. I just like to do the inner corner and then the outer corner, and then a little on the forehead, down my nose, cupid's bow, and chin. And I'm also going to blend out my concealer with that same brush. This has more of a peachy undertone to it, which is good because it will help with little bits of dark circles if you have them. And then also, since my foundation is pretty light and we're going to bronze up, kind of helps counteract. I just like to sweep just like that. I don't like to use too much concealer because I get a little cakey. Okay. So go ahead and contour my face. My current favorite contouring is the Huda Beauty Tantour. This is in shade Light. This is super creamy, very, very blendable. I really like this, and I also use her brush that comes with it, the contouring side. It's perfect. I love it. If you're not the best at contouring, I recommend these two products. They're so easy to use. They don't get patchy, they don't get dry. The brush makes it very easy to blend. So now that I am lightly contoured, because we are gonna bronze, so I'm not gonna do too much of this. So normally I use a loose powder, but recently I picked up the Mcgrath Labs. This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. This is in shade Light. So all I do is I just take a brush. I'm gonna be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light brush, and I just tap it in, and I just lightly tap everywhere I put my concealer and along the sides of my nose. And this way, if you do get a little bit cakey under the eyes or anywhere where you put your setting powder, this will keep your makeup in place for, I'd say, a good 10 hours of the day. When I get home and I look at my face, it's hardly breaking apart. I think this powder is really good, and you just need a little bit, and I just lightly set everywhere on my face with this, and you can't even tell that I have any powder on at all. So this is definitely one of my must-have holy grail products. I don't really use any powders other than this one at all. So my holy grail product for bronzer, this is the Marc Jacobs. This is the Omega Bronzer in Tantastic. This is a little bit pricey. I think it's $50. I've used a lot of it. I actually just bought another one because I use this so much. It smells like coconut. It smells so good, and this is just the perfect bronzer. I would match this one with the Benefit Hoola bronzer, but I think this one is a little bit better, and I'm just a little bougie, you know. So I'm going to be taking my Morphe M527 brush, and I'm just going to go over the same places where I put that Tantour from Huda Beauty and just bronze up the face a little bit. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. Hope you ate a lot of food, had a good time with family and friends. This smells so good. You're gonna smell like a coconut after this. Today for blush, I think I'm gonna go in with my Lancome blush. This is Mocha Havana. This is a really pretty shade. It's a little bit of a darker shade, not necessarily more pink. And I'm gonna go in with my Alamar complexion brush. And this has a light little shimmer to it, which I like, but it just gives such a nice pretty pop of color. Makes you look alive. I love blush. I don't think you could ever have too much. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fill in my eyebrows. What I use for my brows, I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in shade Ebony. So I just brush them up, and then I lightly fill them in. I start underneath, and I start at the top. I don't necessarily like that thick brow look on me. I like more of the thin brows. I just think it works best for my face shape. And I don't really ever carve my brows out with concealer. It's not something I normally do. Very once in a while will I do that. Oh, okay, so the new products that I just recently picked up besides the foundation and the primer, I got the new Huda Beauty Khaki eyeshadow palette. I recently ordered the gold palette on Cult Beauty. I'm still waiting for that one to come into the mail. This one launched not too long ago, but I think the shades are really beautiful. And then I also recently in the Jeffree Star Halloween mystery box, I got the Bloodlust palette, and I'm going to be using this darker shade down here as well. I'm just going to take a large fluffy blending brush. This is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill JH32 brush, and I'm going to go in with this shade right here, Monarchy. This is going to be my transition shade. I love Jeffree Star. I think his products are so amazing. I've never had any issues with any palettes that I've had from him. So I was really excited when I bought this mystery box because, you know, his palettes can be a little pricey sometimes. So I really was very excited when I saw that the Bloodless palette came. He's doing his winter mystery boxes. I think they're gonna come out on Monday, and I am all for it. I cannot wait to buy one. So the next color I'm gonna take is from the Khaki palette. I'm gonna go in with the middle shade, the most green shade, and I'm gonna use the same blending brush for this. And I'm just gonna put this into my crease. When I swatched this shade, it looked a little bit more brown than green, but that's okay. And I'm gonna jump into the Bloodlust palette again, and I'm gonna use the shade Vile Serpent. This is more of like a teal color than of a green, but we're gonna make it work. So I am gonna go in with the Jeffree Star Morphe brush. This is the JS5. And I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it on my outer corner. Oh, this does look more green actually. It's not too teal than what I thought it was gonna be. It's very pretty. Okay, and I'm gonna slightly bring it up and smoke out the top. Okay. And now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, so whatever is left over my brush, I'm just gonna sweep underneath my eye. Get a little smokiness underneath. Okay, not too bad. I have a little slight patchiness over here, but that's nothing we can't fix. So now a little bit of sparkle this look definitely needs. I've had this forever. I don't know if anyone uses the Stila eyeshadows. This is in the shade Smoldering Satin. This is super pretty, really shiny, glimmery. I haven't used these in a really long time. I was going through my drawer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this on my lid. I think I've had this for, I don't know, almost 5 years. So it's a little dried out, but I'm gonna make it work. That's really pretty. Okay, so that's about as good as it's gonna get. It's still very shimmery, but it's pretty dried out, so it's not the best to work with, but it's still really pretty. So I'm just gonna take an eyeshadow palette. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, one of my all-time favorites. And I'm gonna take a flat angled brush. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH43 brush. I use this brush every single day. Instead of doing eyeliner, a lot of times I'll just use this brush with a dark shadow. But I'm just gonna go in with a dark brown shade, and I'm just gonna darken up my eyebrows just a little bit. So I am gonna go in with just a black shade, and I'm just gonna go close to my lash line and line it really lightly instead of doing, oops, instead of doing a black liner. Oh, my eyeshadow pouch just fell. I'm just doing a little bit of that. I'm gonna go in with another eyeliner, and I'm gonna do I'm gonna do my waterline, and dropping everything today. I'm gonna do my top and bottom waterline. This is the Marc Jacobs gel liner. This is the best eyeliner I have ever used in my life. I will never use another crayon eyeliner besides this one. This one will stay in your waterline all day. It's amazing. Okay, so now that I'm lined, I always wait to do my lashes until closer to the end. Now, another product that I have that I haven't used yet, this is the Fenty Beauty. This is the Kilawatt foil highlighter, and this is something that I don't really use because of the colors. A little bit different. These are shades Sandcastle and Mint Mojito, which is really pretty. I'm gonna take Mint Mojito and I'm gonna pop it into the inner corner of my eye because why not? It's just like a frosty blue, and since we're doing green shades, wow, that is pretty pigmented. Okay, so now that I have the Fenty Beauty on the inner corners, this is such a beautiful frosty shade. I love it. I'm gonna do my lashes. I am gonna be using my Glamnetic Lavish lashes. I did a video using these lashes. They're so pretty and they're so dramatic and they're really easy to put on. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on really quick. Okay. So 2 more things left for this look. I'm gonna do a little bit of lipstick and then highlighter. So for lipstick, I'm gonna be using the Fenty lipstick. This is in shade Uncensored from the Stunna lip paint. This is such a beautiful universal red. It will look good on any skin tone. This is my all-time favorite. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up with a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna use the Estee Lauder Pure Color Envy 330. This is just a nice, pretty red gloss I'm gonna put over the lip. Get those nice juicy red lips. Okay, so for the very last thing is gonna be highlighter. I'm so excited to use this highlighter. I also got this in the Jeffree Star Halloween mystery box. This is his Extreme Frost, I think this is what it is called. This is the $50 highlighter. It comes in a really nice faux leather box. I have some of these highlighters, but I don't have the Extreme. Yeah, so this is Extreme Frost in the shade Sour Ice. So it has a bit of like green pearly reflectors in it. It's so beautiful, but I don't really, you know, use this. But really shimmery, shiny shade. So I thought this would be perfect with the glam look since I got a little bit of green and shimmer on my face already. So I am gonna go in with the Jeffree Star highlighting brush. This is the JS4 brush. I use this brush every time for my highlight, and I'm just gonna tap in it, and then, oh boy, that is blinding. That is so blinding. Okay, and then to wipe away some of this excess glitter on my face. This is a really shiny highlighter. It's very beautiful, it's very blinding. It is not for an everyday look at all. Okay, and then the very last thing to do is to set your makeup as always. The one that I've been using the most, this is from Milk. It is the Hydro setting spray. I also like to use the Hydro Grip primer a lot. These work really well together, especially if you have oily skin. So I'm gonna set my face. Okay, so this is the final look. This is my holiday glam makeup look. I hope you like it. I'll list all the products that I used in the description box below. I don't know when I'll be using this highlighter again. It is very beautiful, very blinding. But I think it's just good for, you know, nice glam days. So I hope you guys liked this little makeup tutorial I put together for you guys, and thanks for watching.